So Lauren, one topic just specifically for you, because it's so interesting at Box, it's true of everyone on the panel, but let's talk about if you want to attract SMBs, but your product is used by companies of every size, right? Small, medium, and large. And so how do you roughly, what we can talk more about, how do you deal with that challenge and when your product can be used by any segment?
It's interesting. There's definitely very, very different marketing motions and buying motions. So the way we look at marketing at Box is really breaking our audience into 3 different segments. You have your sort of SMB segment, which we can talk more about, this idea of mid-market volume enterprise. And then also sort of your upper market enterprise segments. And the way we start to think about it is, for us, because we sell to the CIO, it is no dedicated IT person, dedicated CIO, multiple CIO. And if you think about it for SMBs in general, or anyone marketing to SMBs, it's on the SMB space, you don't have a buyer. There isn't a person, a dedicated person whose job it is to find you, find your company, find your product. Then you go sort of the mid-market spaces, you probably have a person. There's probably someone whose job it is to investigate, evaluate your product, buy and implement, and then you're gonna go all the way up market, which is lots of people, lots of different ideas, and really decision by committee, really, really different buying motions. When we started to think on the SMB side, it's you have to take these buying motions into consideration. I don't have enough time, I don't really care, I have to solve a problem immediately. So we started to build, we still have sort of your self-serve model, which was actually pretty different from the Salesforce side, is if you want to buy your product, if you want to buy our product online, go to the website, buy the product online, pure self-serve model. You can also fill out a form, get contacted by a salesperson. So when we start to think about SMB, it's what are we going to do for things at scale? How do I make the buying process as simple and easy as possible? And also the deal size is going to be a lot smaller when you sell to SMBs. So when we start to think marketing motions, metrics, how do we track success? It becomes, I need to do things that will be ROI positive. How do I look customer lifetime value? And how do I make sure it is a quick, easy experience so it is a profitable way to do marketing? And then once you're going up market, you know what, I can afford to lose a little bit more money. It's not just about the marketing touch. It's not just about credit. It is about how do I influence the whole buyer. So with SMB, it is quick, easy, a lot of conversion optimization, a lot of scale, a lot of things have to happen digitally. And things that we're starting to test out that are really interesting in SMB is starting to say, what are the things that you can do up market that are worth pulling into SMB and trying out? And when you're selling to the enterprise, it's so funny. Now I can talk a ton about field marketing, and field marketing was huge probably 15, 20 years ago and fell out of fashion and is kind of coming back around in the enterprise. And we started to say, well, how can we do this for SMB?
How do you do field marketing for SMBs?
It's a lot more user groups. It's a lot more community.
So let's just step back for a minute. It's a fun topic. First, define field marketing in 2016 for the audience. What is 90% of the people on this don't even know what field marketing is, but it's a fun topic for SMBs. What is field marketing today?
So I'm fascinated by the marketing industry right now, because what is coming into vogue, what's coming into fashion for marketing right now is marketing 15 years ago. Account-based marketing and field marketing is how you did marketing 15 years ago. But now it's the new hot trends of how do I do one-to-one marketing? It's like, this is what I used to do that nobody cared about. So field marketing, a lot of the ways you think about it are, I'm trying to sell to a Fortune 500 company. What's going to be important? It is the hand-to-hand combat. How do I get people in a room? Whether I have a lunch and learn where I have a speaker, I have a 10 or 15 customers and prospects in a room learning about this.
So field marketing for enterprise is steak dinners. I call it in quotes, but it's steak dinners.
It is steak dinners.
And when you're selling to SMBs, steak dinners seem like the dumbest thing in the world. I got to get on a plane, and there's going to be 40 people in a room, and I'm going to close a $5 a month product. Like, that doesn't make sense. And so folks that have been, they don't want to do field marketing, but you want to connect with human beings. The more you can connect with human beings, the more it empowers that word of mouth, the brand, the connection. And I think when you meet someone, they never churn. If you meet someone, they never, ever churn.
You build that personal relationship, the personal connection. It's because I know you, I'm going to trust you a little bit more. I'm going to care about you. I'm going to value you in your opinion.
How do you at Box for SMBs, how do you do this field marketing, connect in-person playbook?
So we've done a couple of things. One that we've been doing lately with a lot of success is this idea of a virtual summit. So I'm going to have a user conference, which putting on user conferences, a lot of people, super expensive. Everyone has to fly out. So we thought about, how do I build this experience digitally? So we had a virtual summit on the 19th. We had 1,000 people come to the event, and it was Here's your video intro from our CEO, from our CSO that's going to come in. Here's your tracks of different sessions. Here's your actual lounge area for you to talk and to interact. Here's all of your resources. We had people spend over 3 hours in a virtual summit downloading an average of 12 pieces of content.
That's super interesting, because I'm so impatient. I'm surprised to learn this, right?
When you think about it performs really well, and you get that interaction between people, and I'm sitting at my desk, I'm sitting at my computer, I'm also learning what's going on. I can talk to other people that I care about their opinions. I have all of these different booths to go and learn about Box education, Box consulting. Here's the Box and O365 integration, and people are actively choosing to learn more, to engage with us and to engage with their peers, and it's completely digital. It's still work on our part, but you can do SMB at scale. And we've combined that with in-person user groups in different cities. So we've got smaller user groups, more low touch, and really starting to empower our community. And here our community.
Do you put those on, or do you just incent some of your advocates to do it?
A little bit of both. And then the marketing team, and what's really interesting that I see happening more right now is the marketing and the CS org partnering more and more, because to Leila's point, it's not just about how do I get someone in, it really is how do I take the voice of the customer, how do I bring it back? So it's take the marketing department, the CS department, and the two of you basically go out together, and we've got CS reps all over the country. We also have sales reps all over the country, so it's no longer I have to fly a marketer out. It is who do I have that's local? Who do I have that's engaged with customers? Let's get a really excited customer advocate. We'll go there, we'll set up the venue so we can start to do these sort of advocacy events. So it is the lower cost, more scalable field marketing efforts